Hello and welcome all in this video. So we are going to discuss about exchange of gases, and we have to focus particularly on the external respiration and internal respiration. So welcome all in JNS Basic Zoology. I am Dr. Jay Kumar Shamraj, and we have to study now the exchange of gases, external respiration and internal respiration. So there are two basically steps of gases exchange. The gases exchange studied under two headings. One is called as external respiration and second step is called as internal, or also called as tissue respiration. Gases exchange is studied under two headings, external respiration and internal or tissue respiration. So at the time of external respiration, the exchange of gases takes place at alveolar level. The exchange of gases at lung level is called as external respiration. So at the time of external respiration, this process takes place in the lungs. That is, oxygen from the lungs diffuses into the lung capillaries, and similarly carbon dioxide from the pulmonary capillaries then diffuses into the alveoli. This process takes place in the lungs, so called as external respiration. We know that alveolus consists of layer of simple squamous epithelium, and associated network of capillaries also having made by simple squamous epithelium. So both the structures have similar structure. Both the structures have similar and made by thin walls, and together make respiratory membrane. This together make respiratory membrane, and through which gaseous exchange occurs between the alveoli and the blood. And this gaseous exchange can be takes place by simple diffusion from higher to lower partial pressure. This process can be takes place by simple diffusion from higher to lower partial pressure. Partial pressure is the pressure contributed by the individual gas in a mixture of gases. That is called as the partial pressure. So at the time of external respiration, before that, about the partial pressure. The partial pressure of the carbon dioxide, which is called as PCO2. PCO2 means partial pressure of carbon dioxide in pulmonary capillaries. This pressure is about 45 mm mercury, while in alveolar air this pressure is about 40 mm mercury. So here we can see that the partial pressure of the carbon dioxide is higher here in the pulmonary capillaries compared to the alveolus or alveolar air, due to which CO2 or carbon dioxide diffuses from capillaries to alveolus, lung alveolus. Then about the PO2, partial pressure of oxygen in the pulmonary capillaries, it is supposed that the partial pressure of O2 is about 40 to 45 mm mercury, and alveolar air this can be supposed that is 104 mm mercury, due to which here the partial pressure of in this alveolus, in the lungs alveolus, is higher than that of the surrounding blood capillaries, surrounding pulmonary capillaries. So automatically the O2 diffuses from alveoli to capillaries, and this can be the exchange of gases takes place. So about the external respiration, suppose this is the alveoli, lung alveoli, and surrounding to that alveolus there is having many small thin walled blood capillaries. So suppose here the pressure of oxygen in the alveoli is about 104 mm mercury, and the pressure of O2 in the blood capillary is about 40 to 45 mm mercury. So here we can clear cut found that the pressure of O2 is higher here, and the pressure of O2 is lower in the blood capillary. So automatically from the higher partial pressure of the O2, they dissociate into the lower side of the lower partial pressure. So automatically from the alveolus, O2 is diffuses from alveolus into the blood capillaries. Alveolus into the blood capillaries. Then secondarily we can found that the pressure of the CO2, partial pressure of the carbon dioxide in the alveolus is supposed to be 40 mm mercury, and the pressure here in the blood capillaries or pulmonary capillary is about 45 mmHg. Here the pressure is higher in this area in the blood capillaries and pressure as compared to the alveoli. So automatically the carbon dioxide dissociate or carbon dioxide diffuses from blood capillaries into the alveoli. At that external respiration, at the time of during the external respiration, some reactions are takes place. First reaction, that is hemoglobin combined with O2 and forming oxyhemoglobin. Hemoglobin combined with O2 and forming oxyhemoglobin. Second reaction which takes place here, that is carboxyhemoglobin, that is some of the carbon dioxide combined with the hemoglobin, or hemoglobin can also combine with carbon dioxide, that is forming a combination that is called as carboxyhemoglobin, then dissociate into hemoglobin and carbon dioxide. Third reaction which takes place here, that is H2CO3, carbonic acid dissociate into H2O and CO2. And fourth reaction, sodium bicarbonate then dissociate into sodium and carbonic acid first, and secondarily again this carbonic acid dissociate into H2 and CO2, and sodium is already dissociate from this sodium bicarbonate. So these four reactions, that is Hb plus O2, HbO2, HbCO2 gives Hb plus CO2, H2CO3, H2O plus CO2, NaCO3, sodium plus H2CO3, Na plus H2O plus CO2. These reactions are takes place during the external respiration. So about the internal respiration now. So here at the time of internal respiration, here is very important note, that is the O2 and CO2 tension in the tissues are not exactly known. The O2 and CO2 tension in the tissues are not exactly known. There is no oxygen stored in the cell. So oxygen tension in the tissues cannot be very high, but carbon dioxide concentration is much high. That is, actual tension of these two gases are not exactly known, but we know that here in the tissues, the level of or the tension of the carbon dioxide is higher than that of the blood capillaries, and the oxygen tension in the blood capillary is higher than the tissue level. So automatically here the pressure of the oxygen in the blood capillary is higher compared to the tissues. So oxygen diffuses from the blood capillaries into the tissues, and here in the tissues the level of the carbon dioxide is higher, tension of the carbon dioxide is higher. So automatically from that higher tension, that is carbon dioxide goes towards the blood capillaries, and all that collective carbon dioxide then goes towards the lungs and expel outside of the body. So this is called as internal respiration. Internal respiration also called as tissue respiration, and this is the gaseous section between the blood capillaries and tissues. So here are also some reactions takes place, and these reactions are exactly opposite to that of the external respiration. So hemoglobin HbO2, that is the oxyhemoglobin, when comes nearer to the tissue level or in the cell level, then dissociate into Hb and O2, while Hb can combine with the CO2 in some percentage, that is forming HbCO2, that is carboxyhemoglobin formation takes place. H2O combine with the CO2 and forming carbonic acid H2CO3, and this carbonic acid again combine with the sodium or potassium and forming, when combined with the sodium, forming sodium bicarbonate, and when combined with the potassium, forming potassium bicarbonate. So these four reactions again takes place in the during the internal respiration. So these are the two main process or the steps which takes place at the time of transport of gases. So once again, thank you for watching this video.